Okay, here's an example of why a brand's retail packaging needs to be different from its online packaging. From someone who spends a lot of time doing consumer branding work. So this brand is called Omsom. They make starter sauce kits with Asian-inspired flavors. This yellow pack is an example of their online packaging. And when I say online packaging, I mean for their D2C channels. As you can tell by looking at it, it really captures your attention, but just by looking at the package, you'd have no idea what's in it. Text vertically is hard to read, and you see Krapow. If you're familiar with Krapow, you can kind of guess at what it is, but it's still not clear. But in an online context, that's okay. Because by the time a customer is on your product page where they're looking at this photo, they have a great sense of who you are, what products you make, and why they should buy it. All of your sales touch points are Instagram, TikTok, email, the rest of your website, any reviews online. There's a lot of marketing and education that can happen elsewhere from the packaging. That is not the case in a retail context. In a retail context, you need to communicate all of that information on the packaging, at least as a new brand, because most customers are not going to know who you are. So this is how they updated their packaging for a retail context. And let's talk about why it's so good. First, the text is horizontally aligned. This product's going to be vertically stacked in shelves, so something like this just would not work. Second, and most importantly, is huge product imagery. So while it's a sauce, it shows you exactly the context in which it can be used. Not to mention that looks delicious and gets me hungry, therefore I'm more likely to try it. They don't just say Krapow here. Thai catches my attention, so this is Thai food. And then it gives me an example of what Krapow is. It's savory chili garlic sauce, with what the ingredients are. In the bottom right corner, you see an image of the founders, which I think provides some nice context that this isn't a big brand. It feels a little bit more authentic. I like the fact that it's two Asian women. And the scanned QR code for more details is a tactic that a lot of brands are using in a retail context now, because sometimes there's just a lot more to communicate about a brand, and this is not a lot of real estate in which to do it. The other call out here is that their retail pack size is larger than their online pack size. And that's primarily a function because in a retail setting, people are just going to buy one of these, whereas in an online setting, they're buying a pack or a sampler. You want customers to get value for their money, especially as it stacks up to adjacent competitors. So as a brand, when you think about packaging, you really need to think about it in these two different contexts and the nature of information that you need to communicate in each one. Packaging that performs super well online may not perform well in a retail environment, and vice versa. If you have any thoughts on this, let me know in the comments. Follow for more breakdowns on consumer branding, business, and strategy.